Happy Saturday, guys. How's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. We're back with some more news topics for your convenience. Down below in the description in the comments, I'll have all the timestamps so you can skim around to whatever news topics tickle your fancy. Thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to hit that like or that dislike. I know you guys hate watch. Comment down below. Let's go ahead and get this started. So, I know a lot of you guys that are on this channel are actually retro gamers at heart. A lot of you guys like the classics. Well, I'll be happy to tell you guys there is a rumor floating around, so take this with a grain of salt. This popped up a couple months ago, and now it's popped up again. A game has been rated in Taiwan, more specifically the Castlevania Advance Collection. So it's been rated for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC in Taiwan. And I know I got a lot of Castlevania fanatics in my comment section. I talk to you guys all the time on live stream. This is interesting. This has yet to be announced in full. It hasn't been officially confirmed, so still take this with a grain of salt. But when you see evidence like this, this is a clear sign that something might be happening. So I believe this is the third time in recent months that this game has popped up being rated. It's a different country this time, so another rating for this collection appears. So the Taiwan Digital Game Rating Committee has rated Castlevania Advance Collection. And the unannounced collection was first rated in Australia on June 18th, so back in June, and then again in Korea on June 25th. While the Australian rating listed the game as multi-platform and the Korean rating for PC, this is the first time console platforms have been specified. So for the first time ever, they've been specifically mentioned. So PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. So it's not a next-gen game. It's not a next-gen port. It's last-gen, of course. But it doesn't really matter because these are ports of retro games. So the collection will presumably include the 3 Castlevania games released for the Game Boy Advance from 01 to 03. And I didn't have a Game Boy Advance back then. I didn't play these Castlevania games, so I missed out. But it's Castlevania Circle of the Moon from 2001, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance in 2002, and Castlevania Area of Sorrow in 2003. So I know I have a big amount of viewers that enjoy Game Boy Advance games, so this article was short to the point. Again, nothing has been confirmed. This hasn't been announced officially, but I would say that this is more likely going to happen, especially since this is the third time that we've seen this game have a rating pop up in a different country. I think that sign points to, yeah, it's going to happen. Plus, we've already had like a Castlevania Anniversary Collection with the Konami arcade classics that came out not too long ago. I think it was like on the PS4 and the Switch, maybe even the Xbox. There was a Castlevania collection that included like the NES games, Kid Dracula, and a couple others. So if you've been wanting to play the Castlevania Advance games on your console, looks like it's likely to happen. Again, there's no official release date. There's no official announcement, but here points to another sign. Let's go ahead and keep tabs on this situation. What do you guys think about that possibility? Is that something that you are pretty stoked for? Now, moving on to the next article, we have some more, I guess, rumors, speculation, and everything. This kind of derives as part of that NVIDIA GeForce leak that we talked about earlier this last week, where a whole bunch of different database entries and leaks and things popped up from it. NVIDIA did kind of brush it off and say that, you know, a lot of it was speculative. A lot of it was just, I guess, testing or for like, you know, just kind of like samples. I don't know what the official word was, but a lot of them said it was just like, you know, I guess, examples, like stuff showing, you know, just placeholders and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and read this. This says Xbox Game Studios codenames, new upcoming games, Project Indus and Cobalt detailed. So very interesting read here. Anything Xbox Game Studios related, I'm curious in, because these are the first party games that people feel Xbox needs, and with Tokyo Game Show coming up, who knows what we could possibly see pop up here. So beginning the article, that says thanks to a recent database leak from NVIDIA, a slew of code names and possible projects recently hit the airwaves, creating a frenzy of intrigue for the possibilities of upcoming Xbox games for 2022 and beyond. So the leak revealed games like God of War for PC, Gear 6, and others. And while NVIDIA has since claimed many titles are speculative, documents that have been seen prove that many of these projects are in fact real. So Database entries include Project Typhoon, which is a code name for Avalanche Studios' heist Contraband. Also Project Holland, which was Fable. Project Woodstock, which is Forza Horizon 5. Now, this does say a lot of these on the list likely aren't real products or projects, but some of them are, which kind of leads you to believe that these leaks are a little bit more accurate than they are not. So, you know, when you see some of the info and some of the stuff that is shown on there to be actual real things, then it's most likely something real. So here's Project Indus. This is from Oxide Games. Now they go on to say that this person that wrote this article says Indus was first heard of back in spring 2021, although it was only able to confirm that the project is definitely going ahead thanks to the GeForce leak. So we haven't heard anything else until this leak. It's a 4X strategy game being developed by Oxide Games, which is known for its work on real-time strategy title Ashes of the Singularity. So it says, although Indus's unique hook remains to be seen, the gameplay sounds very similar to what you experience in Civilization, with turn-based strategic elements alongside city building, empire advancement, espionage, diplomacy, warfare, and so on. So they do say that they are targeting the Microsoft Store for PC, Xbox, and Steam. So this writer, this author of this article says they wouldn't be surprised that Project Indus is heavily designed with cloud platforms and smaller screens in mind. So it is a turn-based type of game, you know, similar to Civilization. Now, Project Cobalt, this was teased by Inzile Entertainment on Twitter a while back. The Wasteland Studio is working on a new FPS RPG, although details remain shrouded in mystery. So they do say it is codenamed Cobalt and believe it has a steampunk style inspired by Industrial Revolution inspired tech. And that you expect steam engines, zeppelins, retro futuristic robots, dark Victorian era streets, and more. The above concept art was shared by Inzile concept artist Alexander Danilovac, pardon that, on ArtStation. And we have reason to believe this is representative of the environmental style that they're gunning to deliver. Jeff Grubb from VentureBeat said that their next game could be targeting a 2023. So this is the only image that we have from that game. It looks kind of cool, right? I can get definitely behind that. Now, here's other information. There's a mountain of projects going on. Internal studios under Matt Booty and the wider Bethesda network under Todd Howard. Arcane Studios shifted focus to its action-adventure project Redfall. Bethesda has Starfield coming out. Project Dragon from IO Interactive. So they are casting a wide net. This just goes on to talk about a little bit of everything. Again, they do have the Tokyo Game Show coming up. On top of that, they're building up the Microsoft X Cloud, which I believe it's still in beta. But I've been checking it out on my iPhone. You could get a hold of it via browser. So very interesting right here. It seems like there's a lot of plans under the works for Microsoft Xbox Game Studios. Let me know your thoughts on this. What you think? What's your speculation on it? Continuing on. Let's touch on this. This involved somebody that was instrumental in the gaming industry. More specifically, a Sonic programmer. Now, not too long ago, Balan Wonderworld came out to huge disappointment. And, yeah, let's go ahead and read this. So, Yuji Naka has gone indie following Balan Wonderworld disappointment. So, the Sonic programmer says he's now making a small mobile game on his own. Man, that kind of sucks, right? That game came... It met bad acclaim, got flamed, got destroyed. I still haven't played it. I had no desire to, but man, did it get destroyed, and man, it broke this man. So the co-creator of Sonic the Hedgehog has moved to the world of indie games following the disappointing release of Balan Wonderworld. So Naka posted on Twitter that he was celebrating his 56th birthday and revealed that he's literally gone back to the drawing board, learning how to code again. So he said, "Thank you for the birthday messages. I'm 56 years old. I've recently started learning how to program again, and I'm working on a simple game for smartphones with Unity." I'm making it by myself, so it's not much, but I'm enjoying programming it. I hope you'll be able to play with the app when it's available. So he confirmed in June that he left publisher Square Enix and was even considering retiring from game development altogether. Like, Balan ended this man's career. Because of inquiries from the media and users, I can confirm that I resigned from Square Enix at the end of April 2021, he wrote on Twitter. So that was at the time. I can't tell you why right now, but I hope to be able to tell you when the time comes. As for my future activities, I'm already 55 years old, so I might retire. So, bless his heart, man. You know, a legend in the gaming world. He exited after the disappointing release. This goes on to say that it released in March to overwhelmingly negative reviews. The Metacritic scores ranging from 36 to 51. Commercially, the title appears to have been just as disappointing. I don't even think I've seen the game in the stores. Like, I think I wanted to try to go buy it at Walmart, and I couldn't find it. So Naka had formed a new studio with Square, Balan Company, for the creation of Wonderworld, which was comprised of a collection of veteran developers, including Naoto Oshima and the artist who created the original designs for Sonic. He previously claimed that Balan Wonderworld was his one chance to create a new platform game since leaving Sega in 2006. So, you know, even though it was quote-unquote a failure, at least he tried, right? Now, continuing on, let's take a break from the news. Let's go ahead and take a look at this brand new gaming chair that I got. It's a big sucker, so we're gonna go ahead and unbox it and just take a quick look at it. Okay, guys, so I got this chair from FUQIDO. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. They sent it my way already for the sake of time and ease. Put it together. This one kind of has like a nice leather type of feel to it. It's a lot smaller than some of the other chairs I've gotten, a lot more firmer, but it has a pretty cool, like look at this, like little, like racing style type of vibe to it. You got the red, you got a lumbar pillow. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to put that, but it is comfortable. Everything just feels really solid. You know, you can move up and down, sideways, things like that. So lots of versatility. And the spring feels pretty solid too. Like, check this out. So I got another chair added to the collection right here. I'll leave a link down below in the description. You can always use chairs. And yeah, they approached me and I thought this would look like a pretty quality and solid type of chair. It doesn't feel cheap at all. You know, can always use a lot more chairs around, especially when you have friends come over and play video games and stuff. So it looks, again, looks like a nicely built chair. Didn't take long to put it together at all. Wham bam, just like that. And what do you know? Right there. So pretty standard as far as chairs go. You know, no gimmicks needed. Check it out. FUQIDO gaming chair. It's good. Now, like I said, this chair was actually really easy to put together. I was going to do like a step-by-step instructional stuff, but then I was thinking, oh man, this video might be too long. It might be, you know, something that would just take some time forever. But I was really surprised actually with just how quickly this chair took to put together. It was actually kind of like separated into like 3 different pieces. You just screw them together and then you put it together, and it felt pretty solid. So I was really impressed with how easy it is. You know, if some of you guys are looking for something that might be easy to put together and you don't want to have to be bombarded, it was self-explanatory. It all came in a pretty light box, actually. I've had chairs recently that felt really heavy, like I could barely even lift the box up the stairs. This one was very easy. It was the lightest one out of all of them that I've had. So you might want to consider taking a look at the chair yourself and checking it out. So again, link down below. Alright guys, continuing on with the news, we got some Call of Duty Vanguard news. So if you're banned on Warzone, this might be a bad discovery for you to find out. So this says, looks like Warzone bans are being carried over to Call of Duty Vanguard. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So if you've been banned on Warzone, the outlook of you being able to use your account on Vanguard does not look good. So reports are emerging that cheaters banned from Warzone are also banned from Call of Duty Vanguard servers. So screenshots from cheating Discord servers and forums appear to show that players who received hardware ID ban on Warzone are unable to log into Vanguard's beta. So Charlie Intel has independently confirmed that players who have received a hardware account ban on Warzone are unable to play on Vanguard. So you can see right here, Raven Software, the lead developer of Warzone, recently confirmed it issues hardware bans besides account bans for cheaters. So here's a Twitter account. If anyone wanted proof, here's a pic from a cheating Discord filled with WZ cheaters complaining. And you can see connection failed. You have been permanently banned from playing Call of Duty Vanguard servers. For more info, visit, and then they give like a website. So it looks like if you're HWID banned, so hardware ID banned in Warzone, it carries over to Vanguard. Here's another one. Now, in theory, this goes on to say it prevents cheaters from simply creating a new account, so it's a hardware ID ban. So you would have to buy a whole brand new Xbox or PlayStation. Since the ban is tied to unique hardware ID, that itself is tied to the player's PC, but it's not bulletproof. A new market for software that spoofs hardware IDs has arisen, and players can also change their hardware, such as their motherboard, to generate a new hardware ID. So you can see some people are talking about this in different forms and stuff. Still, Activision has announced a brand new anti-cheat system will be introduced to Vanguard and Warzone when it's updated later this year. It appears the ban database is being shared between Warzone and Vanguard, which is a step in the right direction to ensure that existing bans are not reset with the release of the new title. So here's somebody else. I'm shadow banned on Vanguard because I'm permanent banned on Modern Warfare and Warzone, and I might get permanent banned on it just like a guy that I know. So I just spent 60 euros to get shadow banned on a fresh game. At least tell people that's the case. Such bullshit. You gotta love when cheating trolls are so upset about it. So good on them. Good precautions. Good precautions to keep cheaters out of it. I'm on board with that. Now let's continue on. There's reportedly a new Star Wars game by Quantic Dream under development. So this is reported. This means not confirmed. So let's go ahead and see it. A new Star Wars game is reportedly under development as per the recent rumors. So a Star Wars game is under development. The developers behind the widely praised titles like Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human, Quantic Dream, is working on it. So Tom Henderson, a prominent data miner and reliable industry insider, has recently tweeted an exceptionally fascinating picture, including a Detroit Become Human character with 2 lightsabers from Star Wars. Henderson didn't give any description along with this tweet to remark on what the picture could mean. However, many immediately derived that this implies that Star Wars project from Quantic Dream could be in progress. So there's no real evidence on this. It's just speculation, by the way, so take it with a grain of salt. So when fans started guessing the image hinted at a potential game being developed by them, Henderson liked those tweets. So you can see he just kind of did like a little tease. No official announcement, nothing. A lot of times you'll see these insiders poke and speculate and add stuff online. It's a 50-50 chance that it's real or not, right? If they are reliable, there is a little bit of credence to it. But continuing on, this goes on to say that recently Quantic Games' job listing was also discovered, and it was found that the organization is effectively recruiting for its next-gen ambitious action-adventure AAA game. There are a few job positions presently live on Quantic Dream site for a future AAA project, which likewise hints at a new game like Star Wars. So here's some of the positions: senior game designer, producer, artistic director, lead game designer, senior writer, lead lighting. Each of the mentioned jobs is for the next AAA. And it goes on to talk about some of the things, and I guess just job descriptions and stuff like that. So there's no huge announcement officially on this. We do have Knights of the Old Republic being remade and stuff, and now that EA doesn't have the exclusive rights to Star Wars games, there's all sorts of different companies that could develop these games. So I'm curious about how accurate or how true this is. Maybe it's just another insider getting attention. I don't know. We will find out soon enough. Let me know your thoughts. Do you hope that this actually happens and becomes something real, let me know. Now, continuing on, this says an article about Netflix that we're going to be reading here. There's been a rumor coming around that Netflix will start adding games to their service. I personally think that would be cool. So Netflix will add games to service and won't charge for them. The company confirmed in a shareholders letter, so this is good news. They confirmed it, that it's further expanding into games and won't charge extra for access to that suite of mobile titles. So it's gonna be mobile games, but it's a start, right? So streaming giant Netflix has confirmed in a shareholders letter that it's expanding into games and won't charge. They said it plans to build on the company's earlier efforts around interactivity. Think things like Black Mirror, Bandersnatch, or the Stranger Things line of games. In doing so, the offering of titles Netflix adds to its service will come at no additional cost to users, similar to films and series. However, the company said these games will only be available on mobile devices for now, so we're not going to see any console access, just mobile devices. Maybe a Shield TV can count. They go on to say we're also in the early stages of further expanding into games, building on our earlier efforts around interactivity. We view gaming as another new content category for us, similar to our expansion into original films, animation, and unscripted TV. Games will be included in members' Netflix subscription at no additional cost, similar to films and series. Initially, we'll be primarily focused on games for mobile devices. Later, they reiterated its excitement for the movies and TV shows it's currently planning to offer. However, they're now looking to diversify its portfolio after 10 years on the market. So, pretty big news here. Now, past May, there was news of Netflix's interest in video games. Reports were circulating. The company hired former EA and Zynga executive Mike Verdu not long after fueling speculation of how Netflix would adapt itself to expand into the games industry. Reports also suggested that the company wouldn't charge subscribers extra, so they confirmed it. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I think this could be a game changer for Netflix. I know a lot of people don't like mobile games, but this could lead to something bigger in the future. Now, I'm going to touch on one final article here. This was interesting on my behalf, because I saw some people chatting it up actually on Twitter. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2 news right here. So Disney and Capcom are reportedly in communication to bring back Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes is a game that holds a significant influence in the fighting community. So, everybody knows about it. It was a big crossover. It's beloved. It's basically been delisted for the last decade, which started an entire campaign to bring it back. So this campaign was started by Maximilian Dude, and it was hashtag free MVC2. So it caught the attention of Digital Eclipse, a studio that has worked with both Disney and Capcom to remaster some of its old games. Studio head Mike Micah showed his support for re-releasing the game, along with giving the game a proper remaster treatment. In a recent interview with Shaq News, Micah brings further thoughts to the table regarding how this re-release could be possible. So, as stated early in the video, he made a an interview with Shaq News on video, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it. He says there's been some communication between Capcom and Disney, and that the companies have seen the campaign's online presence too, so they're well aware of it, which is a good sign. He then addressed one of the hurdles that fans expected regarding a re-release, with possible bad blood between the two companies. The stigma mostly stems from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's troubled development due to the overly controlling nature of its roster or character portrayals. Micah shoots this theory down, stating that if any of these employees were still at either company, they wouldn't stay there in order to continue fueling this hostility. So the second and most important one would have to be the copyright and potential investments needed to bring the game back. So there's a lot of issues, I guess, with licensing. There's been a lot of changes between the 2 decades of the game's release and the current climate that all 3 companies are in. Micah explains that lawyers from all fronts would likely have to be involved, where they would have to find all the relevant info required to remaster this classic superhero crossover, which require a lot of money to do so. So that could be often as much, if not more, than the budget of the game itself. So that could actually be a lot more money than they're willing to partake in. But at least it's not on deaf ears. At least you know, Capcom and Disney are well aware of it, and there's a possibility that it could happen. Let me know your guys' thoughts, and that'll be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will see you guys later. Make sure you subscribe, click that like button, comment down below. I'll see you on the next one.